Hey everyone, Derpy here, back with another Battle Pirates video. And this one, I'm going to be talking about the Bat Ray versus the Razortail, and which ship is considered best at this moment in time as of September 2018 before the October raid. So first of all, they are two different ships, and they each have different playstyles. The Razortail is on the right side, is a submarine. It has a cav aura, which can surface enemy ships, and this allows it to expose enemy submarines and bring enemy submarines to the surface. And this is going to allow you to especially counter the Reapers in the target, and also the Command Reapers, which will be harder to target, but you'll still be able to with this ship. And furthermore, the ship is going to have short-range rockets on it, and it is going to be generally faster to complete the target based off the stats that I've seen in the live game. I don't have any access to previews like anything else. And you can compare that with the Bat Ray, which is the one I'm building, which is a surface hull. It has an ECM field that destroys the smart torpedoes the enemy ships fire, and it gives more time to kill the target. You can be careful, go and kite out everything. And this field allows it to counter the interdictors, and also the command interdictors, which are harder to counter, but this ship, the Bat Ray, can still counter them. And this has generally longer range compared to the shorter range Razortail. And because of this, because you need to kite the torpedoes and the longer range, it's generally going to be slower to complete the target. So those are the two different general playstyles. And at this point, you've probably, if you have one of them, you've just chosen it from the raid, and either one works. I'm going to show you why on this next page here. So there are different graphics here, and different columns and rows. So the first one here is the Bat Ray. The first row is the Bat Ray. If you just have the Bat Ray, there are going to be two targets in rates, like the 100 and the 102 in the top tier elite set. So if you have only the Bat Ray built, a full fleet of built up Bat Rays, you're going to take a lot lower damage in target A, because it's going to have some ships that the Bat Ray can counter, like a main interdictor ships. You're going to take less damage in target A. And then target B is going to generally have more Reapers, so you're going to take more damage in that. And overall, you're going to take a big amount of damage here, seen by the big red thing. Secondly, if you only build a fleet of Razortails here, you're going to take a moderate amount of damage in target A, because you won't be able to counter the ships, but then the target that has more of the Reapers in there, you're going to be able to use your cav field and counter the Reapers more effectively. So overall, if you build one fleet, it does not really matter which one it is. You're going to be spending a lot of coin or a lot of repair time in the next raid, assuming that everything works out as planned. But if you build both fleets, or possibly a mixed fleet, then you're going to be able to do both targets for significantly lower amount of damage or money or coin, resulting in an overall medium amount. So both the Bat Ray and the Razortail are on paper equal for the top tier targets. And if you build both, or a mixed fleet, you're going to do better than just building one. But the player who went all Bat Rays is equally smart to the player who went all Razortails, at least on paper. We'll have to see if this holds true, and I'll try to make an updated video if something changes. So those are the two different categories, two different damages that you're going to be taking depending on which fleet you build here. And I have some upgrade thoughts on this next one, things that you're going to be able to do in the future to upgrade one fleet or both fleets. And the Bat Ray and Razortail should be offered in a TLC upcoming before next raid, as well as some tokens or whatever else. So there may be an opportunity for you to redeem one or the other. The first big upgrade is going to be the flagship. I'm expecting a flagship to come out, and these are going to help, and you're going to take less damage in the targets. It's going to buff your ships, maybe even some repair efficiency. So a flagship, if it comes out, which I expect, should help a lot. Secondly, a mixed fleet may help. Maybe using 3 Bat Ray and 2 Razortail or some other combination might actually help you in these targets using a mixed fleet. It's probably going to be harder to drive, and I have no idea how well you're going to be able to pull it off. Third is tech escalation. If there is escalation tech, and we've had weapons that are better and newer, and we've had better specials, if there is that, which Kixeye has said they're moving away from, then escalation tech will help your ship perform better. And secondly, you can build the other fleet, just so you can go back, if you go back to the graphic before, you can just hit both targets for a low amount of damage. That's going to be ending up with a reduced repair time overall. And one I haven't mentioned here is one that you could do, which is just retrofit all your specials. Most players already have a bunch retrofitted, but you can go check and see if you need to. And lastly, and most importantly, I would make sure you partner up with someone if at all possible. If you have one player who has Bat Rays built and another who has Razortails, partner up. I would go and hit target A and go through and hit all of those. I'd do one for me and prep one for my alliance mate. One for me, one for my alliance mate. I'd be having low damage on both of these. My alliance mate would go prep target B. He'd do one for him and one for his alliance mate. One for him, one for his alliance mate. That way you're only optimizing the things that you hit. So you can do this and trade off and work with someone, and I highly recommend this in the first raid. You're going to be having a lot lower damage. You will need to work with someone to come up with an agreement, but it should help out a lot. Now, I'm just going to show you my quick initial build ideas, and I should have videos coming out of a final build for each of these, a how to build ships guide. I, unlike other people, do not have the opportunity to go out and test on previous servers, so these are just things I've drawn up in-game. I would maybe start with adding just the weapons, and then maybe some specials, and then some armors. I would try to do that because these specials, all this stuff might change. I have not seen the targets. I have not been able to test these. These are just my initial build ideas. I will post a video if people want me to, of me going over how to build or a let's build for each of these ships, and I will definitely do that for the Bat Ray after the raid is over, and probably in the raid or earlier if I can. So if you like this video, if there are helpful tips here, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment below. If you have any questions, comment section is always open on YouTube. I answer and read every single comment. If you think this video would help someone, make sure you go out and share it with them. Share on your alliance pages. The more people who see it, the more people it helps, so that's a great thing. So this has been DerpyTheCow signing out, helping you be a better pirate.